little bird animation.
Hey guys! So we recently achieved 100 subscribers and I made a thank you video, and I also said I was going to make a Q&A video, which I did record. I didn't forget, I did record it, but I just never had time to upload it last year because of other content. So this is it here. Hello everyone! So I recently reached over 100 subscribers, which I made a fantastic video about if you haven't seen it yet. So I've got some questions here, but before I get to them, I just want to give a big thank you to everyone who supported the recent short film that I created called The Blank Page. It was a short little horror animation which I made on Little Big Planet 3, and I just wanted to say thank you for everyone's support. It's gained over 2,000 views, which is fantastic, which is more than I ever expected. So thank you for that. And guess what I got? That's right, I got my own custom handmade Sackboy. Can you see a resemblance? I'm a major fan of the franchise, and I was fortunate enough to have a wonderful girlfriend who could make this for me, so I'm absolutely delighted and thrilled. This will be cherished forever. It's like a new baby has been brought into the family, my son. But on to the Q&A video now. So the first question actually comes from Breezy. He asks, how long does it take you to make videos, and what steps do you do? Well, Breezy, it depends what type of video I'm going to make in the first place. When it comes to making animations, they tend to be the most time consuming. I have a system where there's some animations that I'll spend a week, maybe 2 weeks, just little short projects, and then as I mentioned before with The Blank Page, that's more of a big animation which took me several months to get it to where it is. But you can see when you watch the animation it's very polished. The abridged episodes and just other general videos that I might put up like this one or the gameplay things, that only takes about a day or two. I try and get at least one video out a week. With animations it's quite challenging to do that, but I try and mix up the content to make sure that there's always something new that's coming to the channel. The second question I have is from Snake Eater Dan. He asks, what's the hardest part of animation? Well, Snake Eater Dan, the hardest part of animation would probably have to be the animation part. I find it quite easy to write scripts, create characters. That's what I'm quite natural with. And I like to think that I'm quite comfortable with voice acting. Whether I'm the best at voice acting, I mean, come on, it's not like I've heard that before. When you're trying to create an animation and the time is against you, it's quite difficult because animation can be quite tedious. There's so much detail that you have to focus on, and so much that you have to get right to make sure that it's fluid, doesn't look like a complete garbage mess, like most of my animations. Question number 3 is from Crasher360. What was your first ever console and video game? Well, Crasher360, my first ever console was actually the Sega Mega Drive. Yes, it's that long ago. I never had a SNES, so I'm a die-hard Sega fan. Yeah. I remember my dad used to have another console before we had a Mega Drive, but it wasn't necessarily a console. I can't even remember the name or what it was, but I just remember it felt like the game was like Outrun, where it was just a car just going through the old school pixelated 3D. That's as much as I can remember. The Sega Mega Drive, Sonic the Hedgehog, Golden Axe, Streets of Rage, Revenge of Shinobi, all those type of things. Back when gaming was more challenging. Question number 4 comes from Speedy Gamer HD. When did you start playing LBP, and which one did you play first? I've always been a fan of the franchise, so I've pretty much played ever since the beta of the very first game. I always knew I was a creative person, but I had never really played a game that allowed you to create all these worlds with your own story and levels. It was quite unique at the time. The only thing I played that was even remotely similar was a game on the PC called The Movies. It actually let you create your own characters and your own script, your own voice acting, so you can make your little films, and from then I always knew that that's the type of thing that I wanted to get into. So when Little Big Planet came along, the first game was quite challenging for me because I struggle to make platformers. I can't do it. I just can't do it. It wasn't until the second game where I started to gain a bit of ground. So when I started to create films, I started off with the Ghost series. I had like 6 episodes, and I wanted to try and make something that was not really done in Little Big Planet before in terms of the characters and the camera angles, make it more cinematic. Then it led me on to the Batman Justice League prologue, which actually got me my first team pick. So ever since then, movies have been pretty much all I've wanted to do really. And with Little Big Planet 3, I've continued that with the blank page, and now I'm going to continue that with the rest of the Batman series. Question 5 comes from Captain Funzis. Funzis? Is that right? Funzis? How do I get 100 subscribers? Well, that's a very complicated and complicated plan, but I'm here to let you know a step-by-step instruction on how to do this. This is what you need. You'll need a sledgehammer, packet of grapes, red grapes, a unicorn that knows sign language, a chicken wing covered in urine, and good videos. Travel far out to sea, find the most dangerous merman you can find and offer him a duel to the death. Once you defeat him, dive under the water and hold your breath for an entire 10 minutes. It's possible. You can do it. It's only 10 minutes, come on. YouTube videos aren't even that long most of the time. And if you manage to stay alive after all of that, like I did, a few videos later and those subscribers will come running. Question number 6 comes from Tom the Bomb. Who shot first? Are you threatening me? Is that what this is? Are you threatening me? And last but not least, we have a question from my good friend Danny, who asks... He forgot to ask a question. This video, this video has been ruined. The rest of it meant nothing. That question was pivot. No, I can't. I'm out. Sorry, I can't. I can't do this. I'm out. It's impossible. You think you can trust people with simple questions? God damn it. Well, that was the first ever Q&A video after gaining 100 subscribers. Isn't that absolutely fantastic? But it doesn't end there. I expect the channel to finally take off because it's been very slow. I should be more than 100 subscribers. I think you all know that. You all know that. And if you haven't subscribed right now, please subscribe. I believe in you. I believe in you. He believes in you, and he's not even real. See you in the next video, guys.